So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Hello,
the game yet to
everybody,
kick off.
welcome to
The
today's
excitement
match.
already palpable. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. There's the whistle and here we go. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, I think it's hard to ignore this guy, Mike Maignan, Peter. You don't normally pick a goalkeeper as a potential match winner, but I think his consistency has to allow him an exception because I think he's just very solid.
Mohamed Salah! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
That's great reading of the game and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Rummenigge. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Paz. Rijkaard cuts it out.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Great vision. That pass is somewhat left. He's had a shot! They've scored! Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs. And when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I guess this
Batistuta. Great chance! He would have been quick to recover this.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That pass has been well intercepted. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Oh, he made it look a bit predictable.
Bernardo Silva is always looking to break lines.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And here's Mohamed Salah. He's a sharp little ball here. It's Salah! Oh, split-second reaction.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And we have our very first corner. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And now they can spring out of defence. Brilliantly cut out. Mateus. And it's Lopez. He's well put. Chance! Batistuta finds himself offside.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Paz. Half-time getting close now. Some really good ball movement. Aims beyond the defence. And the shot! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
It's their second corner of the game. And now a sudden chance to counter.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. And the referee brings the first half to a close. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And the second half gets underway.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
That's a good run down the left. Can he latch onto this? Vitinha. Oh, good-looking ball. Here's a player who has defined a generation.
That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
And he's taking no chances there. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is constant.
Just the keeper to beat! Goes for a shot! And yes, it's there! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Vitinha. Messi. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Mohamed Salah. That has ended up in no man's land. And it's Messi. Now that looks a decent ball. No, that's been intercepted. Messi is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Adams calmly anticipates. Costa Curta. And it's Forlan. And here's Mohamed Salah. Oh, that's superb. And no, he couldn't find the finish.
He's definitely playing with a lot more conviction. This team should look to him to produce the catalyst for a comeback.
Knocks it into space. Messi's cross. Looking for a corner. He's got Toll. Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Blackard clearly furious with himself there. They looked for all the world like they were going to go 3 up.
Femi tries to play it through. And Batistuta! He should have put that one away. Corner number 2 then. And now they can spring out of defence. He's done very well to take that back. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Threads one in.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Added time.
Tries to pass it through. And the through ball. And he's quick to get it clear again. And that's it. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle, and here we go. Well, Marco Reus, Jim, is a man of many qualities, but what do you perceive as his greatest strength?
I would say leadership, and that's perhaps not something you expect from a flair player like him. So many times he's been the team's hardest working player, covering most of the ground, someone who always leads by example.
So a true leader from the front then?
Yeah, exactly. The example for everyone else to follow. He delivers that.
And he's made sure that's not getting through. Royce, and Royce! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Paz, Forlan, driving through the middle. Cross deflected behind for a corner. And we have our very first corner. Marquinhos getting this one clear. And he can clear it away. And this is Forlan. Oh, it's come loose.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
No goals as yet. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. And here's Mohamed Salah. Paz. And it's Forlan. This looks promising.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Gently done. It's a pretty loose pass. Royce. Nicely weighted ball. And he's away. Adams did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Played out towards the right wing. Serginho gets across to intercept that. Pass somewhat off target. Looking for a runner. Mateus. Good ball, good take. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Bebeto. And that's put paid to a promising move. Oh, that's well spotted. Guardiola. And he's intervened well there.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Royce. Vitinha is always scanning the pitch for targets. Great vision.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Gets his head on it! Mohamed Salah gets flagged offside. That is good alertness.
There will be 1 minute.
That's well seen too. Ambitious ball here. Oh, that's a key interception. And the whistle goes for half-time. A decent enough half, but either side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0.
Substitutions taking place.
And the action is back underway. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Serginho, he is just caressing the ball. Fired, he climbs up big! No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Tries to pass it through. Mateus. And it's Vitinha. Here's Forlan. Paz. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, he's having a shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And now a sudden chance to counter. Engages and forces him off the ball. Bebeto. Casillas breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Rummenigge is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Probing pass, nicely intercepted. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Rummenigge, and this is Mohamed Salah. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Aubameyang. Bebeto. And it's Forlan. Serginho. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Beraldo wins the duel this time.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Now it's Bebeto. Royce. And this is Royce.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yield a winner.
Yehi. Now, can they get him away? Can he get on the end of this? Oh, that's wonderful alertness. He's well. Bebeto! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Goal! And that could well be the winner.
There was this feeling that the game was petering out, but credit for never losing their focus despite things not going as planned. Now comes the question, will they stick or twist?
They'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
So the first goal of the game.
You have to credit the desire we've just seen here, Peter, the desire to stick to your task and keep on chipping away. Some might have backed off, but not this lot. This is very impressive.
And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle.
Peter, we're about to see how good Lilian Thuram is. Besides being physically imposing and quick, he's very intelligent and usually that crucial split second ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, fabulous reader of the game.
And pretty much got it all.
Looking to play him in.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Mbappe. Yaya Toure. And Mateus. Yaya Toure. Oh, that was vital. Paz. And it's Forlan. Rummenigge. And it's Forlan. Now it's Vitinha. Rummenigge. And a shot! He scored!
Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
So, a breakthrough already. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Paz. Vitinha. Good ball, good take. Rummenigge! Mighty close.
He overcooked that one, aiming for perfection, and he got it slightly wrong.
Thuram promptly onto that, and that is that. It's played through for him. Yaya Toure. Now Mbappe. Well, that looks a decent ball. Toure purring through the gears.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Mateus. And it's Ed Nielsen. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And he was quick to react. Half an hour played now. And here's Dembele. Mateus. Mohamed Salah. Paz. Rummenigge. And it's Vitinha. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now it's Mbappe. Can he get it through? Oh, there's a probing ball. And here's Dembele. Forlan. Rummenigge. Paz. He's a sharp little ball here. Lam. Aim forwards. Cannavaro gets over and intercepts. Now, can they get him away? Pull it.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Vitinha. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. It's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Volunteers for each block.
I think on the whole, the team linked up very well and has been organised. Hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think. Something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Leading 1-0 at the break. And we are already promptly back underway. A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. Now it's Mohamed Salah. That's been cut out. Well played. Yaya Toure. And this is Pullet. Forlan. Now it's Mohamed Salah.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And that is exemplary defending.
Some inspired work that. It's good that someone knew exactly what they were doing.
Mohamed Salah. Edmilson. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems that
Takes a shot!
well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Nicely aimed pass. It's Forlan. Benfica are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Now it's Mohamed Salah, in with the challenge. Yaya Toure. Tries to pass it through. Oh, he's bustling through here. Big chance! And that could come back to haunt them.
Mbappe was already celebrating in his head and probably still can't process how the keeper denied him. What a stop.
Mateus with the short one. Mbappe! Adams is there and he can get that clear.
Benfica really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
It's a pretty loose pass. Looking for the run. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that would have been game, set and match.
Mohamed Salah really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
It's really well cleared. Dixon. I think we're just about done here. Now Saliba.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to...
And time is up. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Rummenigge. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, we're on the way. Oliver Kahn, a huge man with a huge presence and a big, big voice in the game.
And big in intensity too. Such a fierce competitor. Put a foot wrong and he'll be sure to let you know about it.
Well, he just commands respect, doesn't he? Respect of everyone, teammate and opponents alike.
Yeah, and he'll be setting the highest of standards out there and he expects them to be met. No rest for that defence.
Now it's Mohamed Salah. Tries to play it through. Azar. Barcelona finding their passes. Great vision. Cannavaro cuts it out. Mateus. Passing is crisp and sharp. Rummenigge receives it in a good position here.
You can never be short of runners into space. As long
He's got two. He's scored! Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Mohamed Salah demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Barcelona finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Aubameyang. Searching pass he's played there. Well, that's beautifully weighted. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Now it's Mohamed Salah. And this is Batistuta. Hazard! Oh, he's been caught on it here.
He was berating his defence before making the save, and he's at it again now.
Rummenigge. Forlan. He's going to be disappointed with that. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. That's really well cleared. That's a lovely, neat pass. Now it's Hazard. Good take, and is he in? And he shoots! And Aubameyang! Great strike. The test for the keeper.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
Vitinha is always looking to break lines. And it's Hazard.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to set.
And the shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Danger averted for now. Forlan. Rummenigge. Looking for options for movement. And he's managed to get free. And a chance! It's in! And this is getting better and better. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
And that'll be the last act of the first half. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
A half of massive entertainment and excitement. A 2-goal margin, yes. But all things still possible. If you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Now it's Hazard. Can he get on the end of this? Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Pass somewhat off target.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Belletti. He's It's a sharp little ball here. Adams. It's Forlan. Mohamed Salah looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Now it's Mohamed Salah. Vitinha. That has been cut short. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Not the most accurate pass. Paz. And it's Salah. That's Beckham. Mohamed Salah was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Knocks it into space. Casillas with the clearance. Mateus is there to clear. Van Dijk. Pass is just off target.
Barcelona really aren't making anything meaningful of their time on the ball.
And he's intervened well there. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Oh, that was vital. Adams gets good distance on it. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Threads one in. And he welcomes it in. And he's there to belt it away. Adams. And it's Beckham. That's an imaginative pass. And that will be it. It's a super show all round. Both sides doing their best to impose themselves, but one evidently, undeniably better equipped than the other. Mohamed Salah. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle. Well, Fabio Cannavaro may not be a giant in physical terms, Jim, but his reputation, his presence are as imposing as they come.
Yeah, he's proved positive that being a top-class centre-half isn't all about physicality and height.
Oh, he's been caught in a chance for a shot! In for the pieces! Goal! Inter! And Inter go in front. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
But that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes
he gets big. They've done it! Two, and we've barely begun here. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
And yes, it's him again. Things start to look very comfortable.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left.
And this is Mohamed Salah.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And this is Mohamed Salah. Schneider. Into Milan, upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
Nunez, he is onto this. Forlan. Mohamed Salah pinches it off him. And the shot! It's in! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Looking to play him in. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Chance! That is decidedly lacking.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Half-time getting close now. Now it's Darwin. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
2 added minutes have been
Schneider.
indicated.
But this is Adriano. Knocks it out wide. Played back in.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And the half-time whistle goes. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition.
He's having a shot! He's got a goal! And there's the goal they've been looking for. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who was left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to switch off in front of goal like that.
Into Milan, they're 2 up and into a position of real strength.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
Casillas claims comfortably. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Inter clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Kirkchu. Has crossed into... Up he goes! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. Oh, one more. And that's it. So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So off we go then. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Peter, I've been hugely impressed with...
Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. That's Forlan. Raul. Well, can they get him away? And that could set him on his way. Good read, needed to be deftly away. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Oh, somewhat off target. Bellingham. Oh, it's Batistuta. Adams gets across to intercept that. Now it's Raul. Raul. Paz. Paz unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Batistuta. This is Batistuta.
There's much frustration.
Son! And it's hit the woodwork and out.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
It's a mighty effort. Harmlessly behind. No goals as yet. Adams kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Aimed beyond the defence. Mateus. Rummenigge. Oh, what has happened here? The ball looks a good one. Rummenigge! Oh, he's really drilled it. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Now it's Batistuta. Chance here to counter. Looking for the run. Always onto this. And the shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Barcelona have their second corner now. Son Heung-min! No, he didn't quite meet it right. And this is Batistuta. Son Heung-min. Casillas claims comfortable. Rummenigge, a true great in every sense of the word. Oh, he's been caught napping. There's no flag. Played into the box. Buffon deals with that nice and simple. And it's Rivaldo. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And this is Son Heung-min. Adams gets over and intercepts. And he can clear it away.
2 added minutes has been
Son
indicated.
Heung-min. He's in a good position here. Chance! It's hit the crossbar. And we hit half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So we are still where we were at the beginning. It
And
is
now,
0-0 at the break.
Our fan club members who are celebrating their birthdays today. Substitution for Barcelona. Number 20, Son Heung-min. Number 11,
And we're off again.
Rivaldo. Coming on the
Well,
field.
both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Substitution.
Vitinha. Rummenigge. And Paz. Bellingham. And this is Pele. Great chance! Goal!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Split-second reaction.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
So, third quarter of the game. Beckham with the short one. Header! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
That was not gone well. Held by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. And it cuts out a supply. Rummenigge. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the stats are pretty telling here. It's hard to argue with the scoreline when you carry so little threat. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break with...
He's had a shot! Sticks it away! Two to the good, and they are purring. absolutely purring. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
Barcelona are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Looking to play him in. This looks promising. Decent chance! Defending of the desperate variety. Paz. Mohamed Salah is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it. Bellingham! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Well, his movement has certainly picked up. He's got that decisive goal on his mind.
And this is Forlan. He's shifting through the gears here. Drives it in. He's got full. He scores! Late drama, late goal. This will be one frantic ending. It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Minutes has been indicated.
No, that was never going to make it. Beckham. 4 added minutes on the board. He's through here. It's Salah! They've scored! Time minutes, and we're all square again. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
It just...
And that is that. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner, of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. And after all of that... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So that's got things underway. Torres totally focused today, as always, as he has been throughout the 499 appearances he's made up until this one.
Well, he's a special professional who's done a sterling job to keep himself at the top of his game for oh so long. His durability and his mental strength have been a constant. And
here's a chance! And this is Ronaldo. And this is Messi. Paz. Forlan. Vitinha. No, that was never going to make it. That pass has been well intercepted. And it's Messi. Now it's Hazard. Takes the shot! Now that is commitment to the cause. Milan with the corner, there first. Cannavaro gets it away. And now they can spring out of defence. This looks promising. And there's the shot! He's delivered all right! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well,
and Messi! Now, who's going to be first to this? Corner number 2 then. And that should get the job done. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And now a sudden chance to counter. Although spots it and intercepts. Tries to pass it through. Looking to play him in. And this is Forlan. Forlan!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Hangs one in. Rijkaard. Milan upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
Mateus. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score. And Messi! And yes, it's there! AC Milan are all square. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Adams. He's through, now is he in? And the finish! He's delivered all right! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
Cristiano Ronaldo! Vitinha is always looking to break lines. It's Forlan. Now it's Torres. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. So there was the first half.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one, just enjoy it.
So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Just and Messi! Mateus. Forlan. Rummenigge. And this is Torres. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Beckenbauer. Knocks it into space. Hazard is firing after that one. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't.
Big chance! One-on-one! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Adams did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Rummenigge receives it in a good position here. Cristiano Ronaldo, nicely shaped ball. Costa Curta cuts out the pass. Well, that pass isn't the best. Can he get on the end of this? It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Terrific header! No mistake! A two-goal lead and they're firmly in control. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Milan go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
Milan has the chance to go the other way. And it cuts out the supply. And here's Torres. Fernando Torres. Torres! Oh, should have put that away.
Well, at least they're showing some positive intent now, Peter. That's the sort of urgency that's required when you do go behind.
Yes, physical challenge. Rummenigge. Oh, he's burst through. It's made its way. And a chance! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it. It's their second corner of the game. Milan are looking to go forward now. That has not gone well. Adams. Now it's Torres. And it's Cannavaro. Good looking ball. Milan are looking to break at pace. Oh, good spread. Bernardo Silva gets into a good position. Mateus. Paz. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now, can they get him away? Beckenbauer calmly anticipates. Milan do have a chance to counter here. And that will be the final act. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end. Momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. The action has already started. The unmistakable Daniel van Bouten.
One of those players that's been there, done it, got the T-shirt.
And perhaps that's his greatest strength, Jim, his experience.
Certainly one of them, Peter, although for me his all-round game is what impressed most. He's a credible goal threat too, both inside the box and from range.
He's got one mighty shot on him. I think it's true to say he once burst a ball while taking a free kick.
Can you imagine that?
Van Nistelrooy.
You have to expect that from everyone now.
Forlan. Mohamed Salah. Rijkaard. Van Nistelrooy.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of move.
Messi! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Barcelona have penetrated for the first time.
Well,
And he shoots! He scores! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
There's the shot! Goal! Barcelona! And they get themselves in front!
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
And yes, it's him again. Barcelona get themselves into the lead. Messi. Now it's Kökçü. Now it's Mbappe. Shot could be on. Now that's a fine challenge. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Mbappe threads one in. Cannavaro cuts out the pass. That's a cute ball. It'll be a throw-in. He steps in, and that's the end of that. 5 minutes till the break. Rummenigge receives it in a good position here. Whistle's gone, and the referee has given a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. And that's going to be a booking. Well, he waited a little while, but it does seem that the referee was eventually convinced that that was a clear enough chance he denied. So this to restore parity. And he scores! Back in business! Not much more than a formality.
You know, he would have been embarrassed had the keeper held his position then.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Big header! Oh, it's taken a touch. Here's the whistle for half-time. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half. Terrific half, 4 goals split evenly, beautifully set up for the second period to follow. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Van Bouten. And it's Van Nistelrooy. No, that's been intercepted. Casillas gets it away. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Oh, he made it look a bit predictable.
Corner.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And now they can spring out of defence. And he's worked it through. Rummenigge, just the goalkeeper to beat. And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, Peter, I think the smartest of reactions, and he just attacked the danger.
And he was alert to it. And the shot! Goal! Barcelona! And they've got their lead back. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Barcelona take the lead. Van Nistelrooy. That's a shade optimistic. That pass isn't the best. Oh, that's a fine interception. Mateus. And it's Salah. Rummenigge. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye.
Barcelona surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Can he get on the end of this? Mateus. Vitinha. Now, can they get him away? No, not quite on the same wavelength. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
Can he finish? It's in! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
Barcelona go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. He's had a shot! He scored! Drama at the death! Is there time for one more twist? So smooth. A signature finish. So that's it. It is all over. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down by the odd goal. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Hello,
The game
everybody,
yet to
and
kick
welcome
off.
to
The
today's
excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And we're underway.
Any attack containing Raul is a frightening sight for any defence.
His record's a frightening sight.
Well, when you think about it, most of his ilk will put themselves before the team. But Raul is different and has a greater appreciation for all that and likely to put others in before himself.
Now it's Aubameyang. That is a brilliant interception. Raul. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. It's Forlan. That's a lovely, neat pass. Rummenigge. Busquets. Isco. And it's Isco. Pass somewhat off target. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Well read, nice interception. Forlan.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Celtic have reclaimed it. And it's Isco. The ball looks a good one. Cannavaro gets good distance on it. Isco is always scanning the pitch for target. Tries a shot!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Has ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Rijkaard makes the interception. Busquets. Isco. And he's worked it through. Mateus. Rummenigge. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Passing is crisp and sharp. Guardiola aimed beyond the defence. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Rummenigge. Guardiola. Bastoni. Raul. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And for a moment, you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Raul. That's Guardiola. Cannavaro gets over and intercepts. And the referee brings the first half to a close. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
Chance for a shot! It's hit the upright. Vitinha. That's Forlan. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Raul. Raul will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Paz. Now it's Forlan. Played out towards the right wing. He's going to be disappointed with that. Celtic are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape.
And Aubameyang! It's a goal kick. Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Yeah, I think he's been told to play that role of the tactical pivot, spraying the ball about sometimes, driving it forward from the middle of the park.
It is still anyone's game, 0-0. And here's Mohamed Salah. Oh, he's bustling through here. Busquets. And here's Mohamed Salah. That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't take...
Oh, and he shoots! Tries to play it through. And he's intervened well there. Vitinha. Rummenigge. A true great in every sense of the word. Guardiola. And it's Vitinha. Raul. And here's Mohamed Salah. And that's a good ball.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And he's there to retrieve it. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Oh, what a ball! Shot could be on. This ended up in no man's land. Cannavaro.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing
Great
department.
ball if he can get there. Rummenigge. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Swings it across. And he's there to clear it. Raul. Can he finish? And somehow it stayed out.
Substitutions taking place.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. Owen coming on here as broadly expected.
Well, this could lead to the injection of energy that might disrupt the rhythm of their opponents.
Couldn't squeeze it through. Raul.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Decent chance! Yes, he's done it! And that's got to be it! That has got to be it! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
Substitution.
Celtic making another change
Added
here.
minute has been
Well, his
indicated.
stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart.
And the shot! It's anyone's ball now. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. And that will be the final act. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Mohamed Salah voted man of the match, and deservedly
Hello,
so.
everybody, and please join me in wishing
Thrilling,
a happy
nail-biting,
wedding
perhaps
anniversary for
frustrating
one of
until
our
the very
fan
end,
club members.
but we do have a winner.